Greetings from Pristine. The reading that we are going to cover in today's session is liquidity and leverage. Now let us study about the sources of liquidity risk. So we are mainly going to study three types of liquidity risk in this slide. The first one is the transaction liquidity risk, funding liquidity risk, and the systematic risk. Transaction liquidity risk is the risk that the price of the asset will move adversely when the asset is being bought or sold. So it is like if an asset is very illiquid, if you want to buy that asset, you will have to pay a price which is slightly higher than the market price, and if you want to sell that asset, you will have to sell that asset at a discount to the market price just because the asset is illiquid. If the asset can be bought or sold at a price which is very close to the market price and with a very low transaction cost, then we can say that the asset is liquid. A liquid asset is a very good substitute for cash. Similarly, if we talk about market liquidity, if all the participants of the market can trade at a price which is the market price and they are able to change their position very quickly with a very low transaction cost, then we say that the markets are liquid. So the transaction liquidity risk is that the person who is trying to sell an asset will have to sell it at a discount to the market price, and if the person who is buying that asset, if he wants to buy that asset, he will have to pay a price which is higher than the market price. We say that the transaction liquidity risk is very low when the asset can be bought or sold without much change in the price. So in that case, the transaction liquidity risk for that asset will be very low. What is a funding liquidity risk? Funding liquidity risk is the risk that the creditors will withdraw their money or change their terms to which the money is guaranteed in such a way that the position will have to be unwound or will no longer be profitable. Let us say there is a bank which has borrowed money from its creditors, and now the financial situation of the bank is not that great. So the bank is probably in financial stress, or it is about to collapse or go bankrupt. Then all the creditors they will withdraw their money. So actually in that case there will be a run on the bank kind of situation, or the second case would be they will change their terms and conditions through which they lend money to the bank. In both the cases it is not favorable for the bank, and it might not be profitable for bank to continue with these creditors. Since the financial situation of the bank is not that great, it will be difficult for the bank to raise money from some other participants in the market. Let's say creditors, they come and withdraw their money, and then bank will have to honor its commitment, it will have to pay the creditors back, but it will be difficult for the bank to raise money in that situation because it is in a situation of financial distress and its credit worthiness is not that great. So the funding liquidity risk means when the bank or any other financial institution is not able to raise money from the market at the favorable terms or conditions. What is systematic risk? Systematic risk is the risk of general impairment of the financial system. So at the times of systematic risk, all the financial systems will be in stress and they will not be able to allocate credit properly. They will not be able to support financial transaction. Payment and settlement process will be affected. So just because of systematic risk, the entire financial system will get affected. So systematic risk is another, you can say it is the economy wide risk. So entire economy or all the financial systems present in the economy, they will be under stress and they will not be able to allocate credit properly or perform the other financial functions properly in case of systematic risk.